All right, so what have I been up to for the last couple of weeks, guys? Well, August the 1st, Sunday, I was at work, and the boys in blue decided to turn up at my workplace. I saw them in the car park, and I thought, well, yeah, it's probably going to be for me, so I'll go and meet them before they come inside and make my work life any harder than what it is. So I went to the car park and met him, and he asked me whose car that was. It was a company car. And I pointed to the big sticker on the side of it, and I said, it's theirs. And he said, well, who is it registered to? And I pointed to the sticker, and I looked at him, and I looked back at the sticker, and I said, it's registered to them. And he goes, well, who's been driving it? And I said, what's going on? He goes, well, it's registered to you through the company. And I said, yeah, that's nice. Good work. He kept asking me questions, who's been driving it? And I said, I'm not going to answer your questions. He says, well, your license is suspended. And I said, no, it's not. He goes, it is. I said, it's not. And I said, I can show you proof. I've got proof of my car that's not suspended from the Queensland Police. He goes, can you? And I said, yeah. He goes, go get it then. It's like a bloody high school kid, this guy. So I said, all right, I'll get it. Went and got it, put my body cam on, started filming. Proceeded to show him paperwork from the Queensland Police. Sorry, before that, I asked him, why has my license been suspended according to you? I don't know, he says. I said, well, can you go find out? He goes, why? I said, because I can prove that it's not suspended. So he went into his car, made a few calls, came back, and he said, these 3 fines have led to the suspension of your license. I said, great, you're wrong, they haven't. I showed him paperwork from the Queensland Police that showed 2 of those fines are still being dealt with in court. And I said, how can a matter that hasn't been dealt with in court and I haven't been proven guilty of lead to the suspension of my license? I don't know, he reckons. He said, well, you've been caught speeding in 2008. I said, what? So 2008 leads to the suspension of my license in 2021? He goes, obviously it does. Just shaking my head. He's a senior sergeant. And I said, you're a senior sergeant, why are you doing a traffic stop? Haven't you got something else better to do? I said, you're not here to tell me my license is suspended, are you? You're here part of an intimidation campaign. And you're trying to stop me in my tracks. It's not going to work, man. And my license is suspended. Anyway, he gave me a summons to court. Again, another one added to the list, so I've got to go sort that out. That's on the Sunday. On the Monday, I went into the city. That's August 2nd. That date might ring a bell to some of you. So I went into the city for some, went to get for an essential purpose. Is why I went into the city that day. I was detained, and I was let go. And a short while later, I was arrested. Then I was unarrested. When these guys, detectives saw me, within a minute, the public response team was all over me. 4, fairly sized guys, they're active, they like action. I said, okay, all right, guys, before this starts, I'm just going to find out who each person is. So I filmed them, asked the name, second one, third one. I got to the 4th one, bang! Just knocked my hand out the way. I said, there's no need for that, man. All right? So it started off, there was 4 public response team officers on one side, there was a wall, and I was on the other side. I was a crazy anti-vaxxer conspiracist on the other side. By the time, this whole thing took about an hour and a half. By the end of it, they were switching the body cams off, and they're talking to me like men, and we were having a chat about what's really going on in this world. One of them looked at me and he said, Tristan, what if you're wrong about all this? And I said, brother, if I'm wrong, I'll put my hand up, I'll admit it, and I'll be the happiest man on this planet. But I'm not wrong. I'm 100% accurate with what I'm saying, and you guys need to realise that sooner rather than later because we need you on our team. And I could see it in his eyes, he was considering it. So the point of that story is, guys, we want the police on our side. They're our brothers and sisters too. Just like this cameraman over here, he's our brother too. He's obviously walking for the wrong people, and you can go get a job with some good-hearted people that aren't telling lies without blood on their hands, but that's up to him.
Rebel News!
Rebel News, you know that? Abby? Can't wait for him. So that was the Monday. Wednesday was my first day back at work. I was sent home without pay for not being able to wear a mask due to medical reasons and having a medical exemption. I'm still at home. We're trying to work it out. I'm hoping to be back at work next week. Saturday, the boys in blue turn up. We're at the front. And my partner, she's cops, cops. She's like an alarm going off. Cops, cops, cops. Yeah, I'm going to get ass kicked when I get home now, but it was worth it. It was worth it. So I went inside, grabbed my body cam. So this one, I want everybody to hear to understand this. We are going to get ourselves in situations. If you're true warriors, you are going to be in situations where the police are present. Film every single second of it. Our cameras are our main weapons. The police don't know what line they can and can't cross. Some of them do, most of them don't. They don't understand the law that they are actually serving under, okay? If anything goes wrong, it can lead to wrongful detainment, unlawful arrest, we can prove it in court, we sue them. Now, I hate suing. I hate a society where there's billboards that encourage people to sue each other in our society. I hate it. But when you walk into a shop and they discriminate on you because you can't wear a mask because you have a medical condition and they tell you to get out your shop, those people need to be sued. Then the word gets very quickly around that we have to treat each other with respect and understand there's people here with conditions and this and that. This is where it leads to, guys. Okay, if police start getting sued as individuals, they'll also take a step back and go, hey, wait, we can't just be boisterous and start pushing people around because these people actually know what they're doing now. It's very important that people start using tact, film everything, protect each other. So that was a really nice 6 days, really. Going to court to get... sorry, I didn't even tell you why the cops did on Saturday. They came and they said, Tristan, we are revoking your firearms license and we're taking your firearms. I said, I've been, cool. Why, what have I done for my license to be taken? I don't know. So you're going to come here, you're going to tell an innocent man you're taking his weapons, his guns, his firearms for hunting, and you don't know why. He goes, oh, well, you're an unfit and proper person. Can you tell me how I'm unfit and not a proper person, please? Oh, I don't know, I'm just here with this paperwork. Tell me why my gun's getting taken. Oh, you've contravened the direction on the firearms, from the Firearms Act. I said, what direction have I contravened? I don't know. I'm losing my mind at this guy, Inside, I'm losing my mind. On the outside, I'm very calm, because that's the way I always have to remain. You would have seen the video, maybe. I asked him, what section of the Act have I contravened? So he flicks through the paperwork. Section 10B. Okay, what's 10B? I don't know. This is the pattern we're getting here, right? And I said, I'll tell you why you're here. You're not here to confiscate my firearms. You're here because you are here on a on-purpose campaign to intimidate and harass my family and I, because I'm standing up for the truth. I have a massive amount of people that are supporting each other in the People's Revolution, and they're trying to stop me. I'm not going to stop, man. You're here for the wrong reasons. I want to tell you why you're here, okay? I'll go get my guns now. I've spoken to my lawyer. I'll go get my guns, and I want you to know why you're actually here. Start asking questions of why you're here, guys, because you're oppressing the people, and it's crap. It's got to stop. So that's my 6 days I wanted to tell you about. There was a man that was arrested on Thursday and he was put in prison yesterday for 8 months. He was perceived to be an organiser of lockdown protests. And by the mainstream media painted that picture obviously as well. It was alleged that he encouraged the commission of crimes. Now, I'm going to take your attention back to that flag, guys. See the peace sign up there? We are non-violent. I want to round this down everybody's throat. We're non-violent. If anybody here wants to be violent or stir up, I've got boys on the perimeter and planted in the crowd. They'll deal with you quickly and swiftly and you'll be removed. The Queensland Police will assist us in doing that. If anybody brings any of these children into harm's way, I'll come down on you like a ton of bricks myself. And this is why I also want to get everybody thinking about tact, guys. I've spoken about this many times before, but a lot of people still don't get it. We have to start thinking about what we're doing carefully. Not with the mind we used to, but we're in a war. Tactics, look after each other. Don't say anything you shouldn't be saying in public. You'll get in trouble for it. Read between the lines. And sometimes when I say things, especially going forward more and more, you're going to have to learn to read between the lines, guys, because I've got a massive target on me right now. Obviously, the cops love coming to my gates at the moment, right? Now, speaking of reading between the lines, a border protest has been organised for tomorrow on the New South Wales and Queensland border. Now, I actually haven't played any part in organising this one. It's a lockdown protest on the New South Wales side, and it's not in the lockdown stage on the Queensland side. You make your own mind up if you want to go to it, all right?
Walking through.
Getting back to the constant attention from the police I've been receiving. We all know why this is happening. Like I said before, it's an on-purpose operation to discriminate and intimidate my family and myself to stop my current path. So what is my current path, guys? My current path started when I was a kid. My earliest memories, I had this feeling in me. It was a feeling that I was here to do something special for the people. The feeling has risen and dipped over the years, but it's never left. And right now, it's jumping out of my body, trying to escape. It's hurtling me forwards. It's like I'm on a wave. And it's you guys that are carrying me. And I want everybody else to feel that energy that we're on, not just in Australia, but around the world, in all these other countries. There's groups like us doing the same thing today. We're all fighting the same oppression from the governments that are acting out of haste and being corrupted from behind the scenes.
America's with us.
The path that I'm on is to awaken my brothers and sisters to what's really happening in the world. The path to encourage my brothers and sisters into action, for if we keep standing behind our keyboards and typing, or behind the televisions, we will make up no ground, guys. The time for action is now. It's turning up here on a Saturday. It's important. You meet people, the morale increases, and the momentum builds. But it has to be used for something. We had a midweek action on Monday the 2nd that was called on short notice. That was so important to get to. What happened? Where were you all, guys? You let everybody that was there, you let them down. There was 200 people there. We got smashed. We got arrested. We got fined. We weren't even in the game. And why? Numbers. It's all about numbers. If we had this many people here, we'd walk through the city like we owned it. I want everybody to jump to the TKR website and click the join button. You need communication, guys, emails, okay? It's important that we all are communicating outside of social media. It's important that everybody makes sacrifices, takes a day off work, organises a babysitter for the kid, whatever you have to do. The midweek actions are important. Extremely important. Who are we standing against, guys? Who are we actually standing against? Ask any Eastern European that has fled their home country and come to Australia. They'll tell you that we are standing against a communist takeover. This really needs to be spoken about on the news, Channel 9. Communist takeover, that's what's happening here today. And by not reporting on it, the people are being deceived and led astray. If everybody knew on Channel 9 News tonight that there was a communist takeover happening, or something along those lines, many people would wake up. The mainstream media have a lot of blood on their hands. They are to blame for this. So the Eastern Europeans that have fled over here, they'll tell you that it's a communist takeover by a corrupt regime built on a dictatorship and the installation of society based on the total control, total surveillance and total oppression of the people. This is the interchange between our democratic capitalist society into communism. Welcome to Communist Australia. We are entering a totalitarian state, worse than any police state we've ever seen, worse than Nazi Germany was. Guys, we've all seen that picture in World War II in the 40s. The Nazi officers have stopped the mothering the kids and they're asking to see the papers. You know, halt! Show me your papers! This is happening right now in Australia. In New South Wales, the essential workers get pulled over by the cops and the military that are now here, and they ask them to show papers and proof that they're heading to work or coming home from work. Show me your papers, guys. This is happening now in Australia. Wake up, have these conversations, guys, with your friends, with your family, with your workmates. It's happening now. It's happening very quick. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's nothing we can do to stop it. For now. What needs to happen is the oppression has to get more. People have to start feeling more uncomfortable on the personal level. That will shock them, and that'll be the catalyst to wake these people up, and we'll see our numbers grow very, very quickly. And we'll be set up with the arms open, ready to harness those numbers and put them into action. And they'll be fighting alongside us in the most important war this planet has ever faced today. The war for our children's futures.
The war for humanity.
Right, guys, the big part of today is the the creation of safe groups through the vetting process, all right? It makes perfect sense heading into the territory that we are to be able to communicate safely, organise things safely, and feel safe in the groups that we've organised. There are moles, spies, and enemy plants everywhere in this movement, guys. That's not a conspiracy, that's the reality. I've been in this for a little while, and more people have been in it for longer, and we all agree on this, guys. We've seen it, they're there. It's not far-fetched to think in the future that some of us will be living outside of society for refusing the vaccine, for refusing the microchip, which will be coming next. That is no conspiracy. My partner always tells me, don't get up there and mention the microchip. They won't, it's conspiracy. Well, it's getting to that point, guys. That's where it is. The vaccine ID, microchip's next, digital wallet through the microchip. You don't have it, you're not playing in society. We might have to set up supply chains in the future. And having just one mole, or any plant, they'll bring the whole system crashing down and people will be arrested and we won't know why. That's why the vetting process is so important today, guys. We have thousands of vetted forms that the TPR crew will now begin handing out, guys. So who's got the forms? Put your hand up. How many people have got handing out the forms? We've got Cindy in a white TPR shirt. Cindy and Jen. You might have to get a couple more people and get them out there a bit quicker, guys. All right, they're going to have the forms. Now, on these forms, we're going to be asking for your personal information. It's not private, it's personal. Unfortunately, it's not private info because your own government is constantly spying on you. They know absolutely every single detail about you already. Every time you press a key on your keyboard, send a message, make a phone call, or perform a search on the internet, it's recorded and it's been profiled. Every time you leave your house, not only are you on CCTV, but you're being tracked by your phone in your pocket, regardless if your GPS is switched on or off. In fact, they can tell if you're on a car, on a train, on a bus, or walking. So unfortunately, guys, while living in Australia, nothing in your life is private. Let's go ahead and change that for our children, shall we? So the non-private information we ask for is your name, your number, your email, for communication purposes. The white pages can give us pretty much all of that. We don't need your actual address, just your area and postcode so we can put you into the proper local groups. We ask for your name on social media, your work history, and if you have any political affiliations. We want to be able to check you out and see if you are the real deal or not, guys. That's the purpose of this. If you don't feel comfortable filling out this paperwork, that's fine. You don't have to fill it out, but you won't be going through to the safe group. It's as simple as that, guys. And you're not going to be excluded from the main group. It's for those people that want to be able to feel safe and really start digging their heels in and be part of proper operations and groups, community groups that help each other out, that sort of thing. That's not negotiable. I will not compromise the safety of our people because somebody feels uncomfortable about giving some information. Now, I'm not comfortable sticking my neck out the way I am. I'm under the pump. The cops are constantly on my doorstep and turning up at work. I'm constantly in court at the moment. New cases are popping up every week. It's not comfortable, but it needs to be done, so I'm doing it. We're in a war, and war isn't comfortable, so get used to that. When you finish filling out your paperwork, please head over to this black tent over here. Caesar and Jamie will take the paperwork from you. They'll take your photo using a phone, which is running a hardened security operating system. It's never had a SIM card in it. The GPS has been disabled internally, and it's never been connected to the internet. The number of your photo will be written on the form will be put in the box. The box is locked, only I'll have the key for it. It'll be kept in a secure and secret location. And when we're doing the vetting process, I will have 1 or 2 trusted people with me. We'll hand them a form, they'll go through it. The form will be destroyed once used. I forgot to mention something, guys. Any Kiwis in the crowd today? Do any Kiwis, preferably big, strong men, know the kamate haka? If any Kiwis want to perform the haka, guys, come down the front here. Where's Johnny Waka? Where's Johnny? Yeah. Just come down to where this black banner is, guys. Have a chat with him and he'll sort yours out. Right, so that's the vetting process, guys. I encourage you to get amongst it. I personally promise you I'll protect your information. Once it's used, I will destroy it myself. On that form is also the web address for the No More campaign. You can find that on the website and have a read through it. Go to the website, fill it out. It takes 30 seconds. You put your name and your postcode in. It automatically sends an email off to your local MP. We can then go to the software and see how many MPs have got how many emails, and we will then take TPR leaders and put pressure on those MPs and say, listen, your constituents want you to act. This is what you need to do. If you're not going to do it, we're going to pull all the votes in your electorate and you're going to lose. And that works a lot more efficiently if you guys share that campaign and get it out there.